Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another FICM, this time coming from Florida, Russell Stefanik. He sent me this cluster with a long, good note that I would like to show it to you. This is another FICM that was in the hands of that company that I have been trying to steer away because what they do is not fair to customers. So the company name is SIA. And you will see the notes. This is not my words, it's the customer's notes. So this is another FICM that they clean and make it look like it's new and didn't work. So I haven't even touched it. It's completely, as you see, this is how it came from the box. I still just got the injectors because I was going to do the test, but I'm like, you know what? Let me record the opening of the computer and everything on the video because it still has the seal to see what they did. So I'm going to move it over to, we're good. To here, so you can see, right? So that is a company sticker and everything in there. So they put that into their repair. Oh, you're not seeing me. Into their repairs. So as you see, I have 2 pages in here from Russell, and I'm going to put them on the screen so you can read it with me. So I'm going to make this a little bigger and then move it over to the next one. You can read it, and I'm going to keep it in there. So I already read the entire notes. So I'm going to go over to just show you. So he has this car since new in his family. He's been in his family since new. And then a couple of years or so ago, he's been having issues with a fault code that will, also include the P1295. He said that he was resetting, like a racing code, so disconnecting the battery in the car or the truck was running again until one day it didn't want to run, and by mistake he sent it over to the company. He said, I followed the GM troubleshooting guide for the P1295 and concluded to replace the FICM. Since replacing the FICM is no longer an option, I took the FICM and sent it over to SIA Electronics, and they repair, again in between apostrophes, my FICM. After reinstalling, I still have the same problem with no change. I was told my FICM was tested on a truck and it was 100% functional, so I kept digging into the rest of the truck. I have checked wiring, rope points, resistance, injectors, ground, just name it. He has going into everything. And then just to make it a little sure, he said completely failed, was no longer disrupting. He says the other module, because he had lost communication with other unit modules, but then when the FICM no longer was there, he only had those fault codes. I feel like I might have gotten swindled by SIA. I am sending you the FICM with their seals intact. I hope the module is repairable. I would like to know if you can tell what they actually did. They were aware my concern was the P1295, and they assured me that they fix them with that problem frequently. So yeah, they assured them. I usually seem going to Andy from Florida, another person from Florida that was taken advantage by them. His FICM was not repairable. It was completely destroyed. So to no return. And I hope it's not the case in here, because that's why I want to open the module with you. So I'm going to go back to this portion. Opening these modules is pretty easy. Again, I left a note in there for a while so you can read it. If you want to stop the video, you can go back and read the entire story. I already read it, and I know exactly where he's coming from. And it's very sorry. I'm very sorry for Russell. And it's, not fair. These companies, if you're not doing a good job, a correct repair, just be honest. All right, so let me get the tools. I forgot to mention, this is the glow plug. He also wanted me to check that, but not sure if that's going to be possible or not. We'll see. For those that don't know, that has a T15. So 4 bolts. That's all I need there. That tool for it. This one is trying to stay in there. Trying to get the last bolt out of there. They get stuck with the glue. All right. And like I said, you know, to many of the customers, these FICMs are pretty easy to open. So let's rip their quality seal. If you can say that. So all you want to do is, on the one side, like I usually go here, and I just lift this slowly. This seal is reusable. So you see it's coming apart, and the FICM is staying on the cover, so I'm going to separate it, but we're going to see the bottom first. All right, so we can get this part out of the way. I'm going to get a little more light here. And get you guys to a closer look. I mean, definitely already looking a completely apprentice was here. Wow. And this is the problem with these companies. You know, they're sandblasting this tool when the module is completely together. I can see sand all over, you know, from that sandblasting. Not sure if that is conductive or not, because I don't know what they use, but hopefully you can see that all here, all that sand from whatever they use to make it look like it's new. I don't do that. I mean, I do clean the computers and everything, but I'm not making it new. So I'm repairing the inside. The outside is look. This is not a car that you're painting. You know what I mean? And usually when somebody wants to do this, is because they want to hire all this garbage. And I mean, the solder completely not good. I'm not even sure if they replaced these capacitors, because they don't look like they were even touched. I mean, sand everywhere. I need to show this in the camera. Hopefully that camera will pick it up. But all this is full of sand all over. I'm sure sometimes I'm trying to show you and it's too close. But that is the rest of the problem. I don't see a hole on the board, which is good news. So we might be able to still recover this. So now we want to separate this from the case or the cover. So I always try to do it from this side. Again, from here, you use a stick a screwdriver in there, because that's the plastic of the connector, right? And then once you separated that, that's it. And look at this. Wow. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I mean, look at this, guys. Like I said, these guys are completely scammers. Yeah, this company is a complete scam. Look at this. This is hot glue, guys. Hot glue. What are you guys doing, you know, from that company? Are you trying to put flowers in here that you're using hot glue to hold capacitors? They didn't replace any of these capacitors. So they open this, they sandblast the backs, and boom, send it back. It's good to go. They're not even using the correct part. So yes, this is a complete scam. I hope, Russell, and all of you, that you can see why am I doing this? Why? Because, first of all, this has to be exposed. This is a scam. There are scammers. If you're doing this kind of repair, close your business. Close your business. You're charging a customer for something that could blow up the module. These modules are $3,000. Use. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. If you cannot do a good repair, just don't do it. Because that's what I tell the customers. I got my fee. Why? Because I know what I'm doing. Your FICM will go back looking like original, clean, no sandblasting, no destruction. Like whoever opens it will say, you know what? A good facility was here. And that's what I also completely do a test before and after. In this case, and I'm actually moving away from doing before because I wanted to open the FICMs and make sure they're not going to blow in my face. But this is unreal, guys, completely unreal. And this is not the first time. That's what I'm calling this company scammers, because all they're doing is taking your money. I mean, this is not the first customer that is being here. Andy in Florida completely destroyed FICM again. He lost it. I don't know if he sued them or not, but I open it the same way. I open it in the camera. Why? Because I don't want to be blamed, especially when somebody else touches a module. I don't want to be blamed for their mistakes. I don't want to be like, oh, you know what? He did something. Well, you guys saw me ripping that seal. I didn't touch it. Why? Because I want to expose what they did here. I am not gaining anything in that. I just don't want to be included into somebody else's mess. You know what I mean? All right, so let me stop the video. I'm going to do the repairs, the normal repairs, because I don't know if the pre-driver is damaged, but I'm going to do the normal repairs because I will not even run a test with this garbage in here and these old capacitors, because this is where the FICM explodes the most. Yes, this area can be damaged as well, but this is the most damaging area. So why are you leaving something like that in there? You see, this is outrageous. All right, so let me perform the repairs and I'll be right back, guys, okay? Hi guys, just to show you, I'm going to get you into the other area. I got to remove all that junk and everything. Clean, it was a lot of corrosion. I replaced a couple of capacitors. I have not done the injector drivers yet because I want to analyze the entire board. So I'm going to move you into this capture. Let me get this out of the way. We don't need it, right? There is a couple of areas, luckily for him, everything under here is in good shape. This is an area that I carefully inspected, all these right here with a microscope. It did corrode the upper layer, but this is a big ground path, so it's not really a problem. I check continuity in between the layers. Whoever was here destroyed the upper part here. This is a hole through for the capacitor, even though we have more layers in between. This is a layer board, so everything is looking good as far as that. So again, this is just to give you a little short update on how this is looking after me touching it. I can also show you the other side. I perform a nice clean throughout, remove all the junk that they have added to this board, and all the sand as much as I could from the board, which is my important area. This is impossible to remove because it's in the glue, but as you can see, the entire board is now looking good. I have checked the main pre-drivers here, which is for signals on the injectors, and I don't see any burn or nothing. Again, without the capacitors, I have to put everything back together now and then analyze and perform my test. But the board itself, it looks promising. This is a lot of extra work in order to remove the junk that they did. Let me show you right here. So this is the way the capacitors look under that junk. How can you even put this type of capacitors in? I mean, whoever sold this all twisted up and hold it with the hot glue or whatever they put in there. It's unbelievable. So yep, let me put everything back together, replace injector drivers, and see how this runs, right? All right, guys, the regular repairs are done. I got everything connected. As you see, I have even the full probe in this, in the screen. I have to turn this on, so now I have everything on. I haven't even connected the scanner to the whole setup, but we'll see how this goes. So let me get in the full probe capture because I should be showing something else. Let me get here, full probe. Not sure why it's doing that. Sometimes I gotta change it and bring it back, and then it reads. I don't know why it does on TeamViewer. I mean on this software that I use to record, but sometimes it does that. All right, so now we got everything ready. Everything is powered up. So let's see if we can talk to the computer. which is, this is my computer, so it should have no issues on that. All right, so we're going to scanner. That should be doing an auto ID, which is doing. To read the false on the FICM, we need to enter the ECM. There is actually no immediate connection to it. It goes through the computer and then it reads the false from the FICM. That's just the way it works on this setup. I don't want to run it because I want to see what faults are in history so we can erase those and see if they actually, vehicle does not support it, auto ID. That is no good. Let me see what is, am I missing something? Computer is connected. Okay, so, because it should have immediately connect. So let me move the scanner to here. I got it on the other port directly to the full probe. So that is definitely starting to not look good. It looks like we have no communication because of a FICM issue. Even though now it looks completely different, doesn't mean it's good, right? So we're going to, well, it has to reconnect because I have disconnected from. Let me get out of here. And then, okay, now it looks like it's connected at least to the BCI, right? So 2005, it should done an auto ID. Let's try one more time. I'm just trying to see if the connection in here is for some reason disrupted, which it shouldn't, but we'll see. Just want to make sure everything is indeed connected. Yeah, everything is connected. Oh, you know what? Okay, I might be having an error here because this should be on. Yep, because now I have the full probe connected. So yeah, let me go back because sometimes I'm a little tired. Hopefully you guys can see my face. It's been a long day. I went over to do a mobile diagnostics in a marina, and then come back to here. So let me. Chevrolet Silverado, and this is the LLY. So let's see if we can now enter, even though it's not an automatic ID, but it should work. All right, let's see if we can read display codes. Yeah, it looks like it is actually talking. So all powertrain false. Perfect. So yes, that was my error. So I had the full probe off, which is now connecting or commanding all the powers to the computer. All right, so let's see what faults we have. Anti-theft field enabled circuit. So I need to reset the communication, but that is fine because the computer was off. So let me get back out of here 1 second. I need to turn this off and turn it back on in here. This will resync the BCM, which is the one in charge for that. All right, so let me history codes, clear the codes. All right, let's read the codes one more time. Make sure we don't have that theft no more, and we don't have it. All right, so it's not saying that we don't have communication with the FICM, which is good. If we had that, then it will be a problem, but it looks like we are not. Okay, we got glow plug heater indicator circuit. Well, that is not really a problem. So let's try to run this. This is the moment of truth, right? So I haven't even run it or anything. I don't know if it's any good. So let's see if we can run it. Well, I can hear, but not all the injectors. Yeah, this is definitely running, but not all the injectors. And I have enough amperage. Battery voltage is a little low, but not really. I mean, I'm in 12 volts and something. I'm just raising the voltage to like, 13 or something. I'm supplying 3.3 amps, so that should be enough to run everything. And it's not cut enough. Let me change this on here. Let me turn it off, or the RPMs off one time more. I got to reset the BCM when I do that. Just made a mistake again. And let's try it one more time. Yeah, it's not running. It's running only one bank. It's running this bank. Only one side. So yeah, let's turn this off and turn it back on so we can read fault codes and see what we got in the fault codes. Because yeah, this is going to be full repair, and it's going to have some extra charge to remove all that junk that they did. This is not a normal repair. I consider a normal repair when I am the first one working in your module. If I have to remove, like in this case, all previous repairs from somebody which were done like a joke, like this one, is not considered a normal repair. All right, but let's get out of here. All right, so I got to go back. I might do the fault codes bigger so you guys can see it. All right, so let's see what we got. Injector 4, injector 7, P1295. Yep. So we got P1295, which is that bank that he has. So the same fault code is happening in here. So I'm going to have to replace the pre-driver, which increases the repair exponentially. And it's out of my hands. So I'm just going to, again, stop the video, perform the repairs, and hopefully that will take care of the problem. I'm actually going to probably, let me see, because it's late already. It's almost 7:23 p.m. I'm having a very long day. We got 21 minutes, so it's not really such a long video yet. And I don't want to lose, you know, I wouldn't want to do this tomorrow. So let me just stop the video and I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. Yeah, this is actually becoming interesting. Something else is in here. I am gonna have to probably create a part 2 because we already got like 22 minutes, and I don't want, you know, I'm exhausted. It's a little too late already. It's almost 8:30 p.m. or 8 something. I'm sorry, 8 p.m. But yeah, so I just want to show you captures. Well, I think you can see it in here well too. So in Picoscope, when the FICM is first started, I reset the fault codes and I started the first, I don't know, maybe couple of runs, we get both banks firing. You see it right there, the red and, well, right there, the red and the blue, because I have two channels, one's on one bank and then the red channel on the bad bank. I even swap around my injectors because I got actually now 5 out of 8 brand new injectors, and the other ones are good. I just, you know, trying to get new injectors and keep all as new, but they're expensive, so I don't want to do it all at once. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that you can see it running, and then it runs, and then it shuts that side bank off, as you see right there, and then only the blue keep firing. What I also notice is the difference on the two actuations or activations. So what I'm going to do is, let me get rid of this waveform view. Let me get into probably this one. Perfect. So I'm going to do a zoom so we can get these two, to see these two waveforms closer. So if you see on the blue, we get not just those spike, we get also, well, you see right now as a full blue lines because I need to enter more. If you see on the red, on the other hand, it's just a spike and then a low, and then it comes back with a spike and a low. It's not doing that pulsing. Sorry, guys. But so let me zoom back more on the blue channel only. Now you get to what a normal driver should do, because the way this is a peak, pulse, or yeah, peak and hold. So it will create a spike and then it just pulse it to keep it open, and then it will do it again and then keep it open. So just the way those injectors work, and this is a good, you know, a good working side. So let me get back to before. Once again, right here, and now let me zoom into the red so we can see, you know, that we have not that there. So yes, the driver is, or the injector is being commanded open, but the pulsing is not happening. So we either have a damaged board due to the leak or whatever the other company did, or I need to look into more and to see if I'm missing something. Because again, this is where sometimes taking somebody else's repair, it becomes your problem. And I try to avoid that, and I try to help as much as I can people. But yeah, that company has only given me headaches, and I've been taking the headaches without charging for the headaches. And yeah, it is, especially today, I'm a little tired. But yeah, as you can see, it goes completely away. So, and the reason it's going away is because of this. It's not being pulsed correctly. So yes, the computer is not liking, or the same FICM is not liking what it's seeing, and it's setting the fault that we still have the same P1295. Let me go back there so we can see the faults. If I go back to there, so we are getting injector 47, and then the P1295 injector circuit high low transit time bank 1. Well, we have also the anti-theft system enable. So let me reset the faults just one time, but it's been doing it every single time. So I'm going to pause the video just to try one more time. So you see what I'm trying to do right now is just resetting the faults. For these, I need to, to turn the entire system off. It's just the way this is. Otherwise, that is a hard fault, the P1295. The scanner is still not connected yet. I'm going to just free run the oscilloscope so we can see that there is nothing in there and it's running, or, recording. All right, let me exit one more time. Let's clear the codes. And they're being cleared. I need to turn the full probe off one more time, turn it back on, and then turn the BCM so we don't get that pull for the anti-theft. So let's read the codes. Make sure that we don't have an anti-theft fault. Well, it hasn't run, and we don't have the P1295. So right now we got no P1295. Everything is being erased as far as the FICM. So let's try to run it while we're observing picoscope and the I need to put the full probe in here. All right, so let's run it. Yeah, it's doing exactly the same thing. So I'm just going to stop the picoscope capture, and I'm going to go back to the scanner, display codes, and we should have the same 47 and injector P1295 injector circuit low transition time bank 1. All right, so we definitely have a problem in here. So like I said, guys, I'm going to make this, I stop it here. Hopefully you like the content and you can see the transparency of my test. This is not just because I say so. I can prove that it's happening, and it's needing more repairs. So I just don't jump the gun into the expensive side just because of so. But yep, I will see you in the next part. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.